Welcome to Money Making Conversation. I am your host, Rushion McDonald. It's time to start reading. Really, stop. Let me be right. Stop. Reading other people's success stories and start writing your own. I always tell people to lead with your gifts. That's your passion. And don't let your friends, your age, your family, or coworkers stop you from planning or living your dreams. The interviews I do on Money Making Conversations are for consumers and business owners and everyday people. I give you access to celebrities, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and what I like to call industry decision makers. My next guest, she's a celebrity. She's an industry decision maker. She's somebody I worked with in the past. She is Porscha Coleman. She's an accomplished actress, singer, and star on the Netflix series Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. I saw it. It's really funny. Porscha's multifaceted career includes guest starring in recurring roles in hit TV series like Silicon Valley, Ballers, Good Girls, Switch Their Birth, The Parkers, Wild and Out alongside my boy Nick Cannon. She played an addicted mother in the powerful T.D. Jakes film Woman Die Out Loose. She is also a very familiar face, and I've never got a commercial, so I got to ask her how she does this in Boost Mobile, Smart Car, Panda Express, and Toyota. She's on the show to talk about her career and, most importantly, her starring role in the new Jamie Foxx Netflix sitcom Daddy, Stop Embarrassing Me. It premieres April 14th. Please welcome to Money Making Conversations, Porscha Coleman. How you doing, Porscha?
Woo! I'm good. First of all, that intro was amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, Porscha, first of all, as they say, I don't lie. I tell the truth.
He keeps it 100. I heard it. It was all truth.
Very much so. I gotta just get the secret. I had a little career out there as an actor, and I kind of blew up as a producer and a writer. But I tried acting, and I auditioned for so many commercials, Porscha. I don't know how do you get a commercial? How does one land a commercial?
You know what? The commercial game is so tough, but it's all about the smiles. It's all about lighting up. Because remember, most commercials are 30 seconds. You don't have a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So you got to come out the gate in the audition room, quick, get to the point, and then hopefully captivate them that fast. And then that's how you can get a commercial.
Really, you have not given me any advice. I'm still long. So you're just saying, Rushion, I'm gifted. I'm beautiful. I got the natural instinct. I have what the people want. No. I got to say that, Porscha. You in Boost Mobile?
No, it depends. Boost Mobile. Okay, here's the funny thing. Boost Mobile, I was required to talk really fast.
Okay.
So I had to say a bunch of words within like 15 seconds. And I guess I was the best to do it because I booked that commercial.
Right.
And I was the one. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then Miller Lite was just a beer commercial, just the girl who was the cute bartender. So it depends, but you still got to be able to deliver the dialogue and say it quick and make them love you quickly.
Well, congratulations. That's a skill set. And like I said, we met on a sitcom many years ago when I was writing and producing consulting. Right the same time period, I was managing Steve Harvey. Comedy. You do comedy, You do drama. Talk about that. Mm-hmm. And now you're on a very successful a comedy on Netflix starring my man, Jamie Foxx, because I was co-executive producer on the Jamie Foxx series, along with Bentley Evans. I know Ken Whittingham. I know so many people on that show. When I saw the cast and the production sheet, I was going, I need a check. I know all these people.
Where are you at? Exactly. You know everybody.
So talk about your ability, and it's about your talent. And that's why I really wanted to interview you, because it's so diverse. It allows for you to not be intimidated by the audition opportunity. Talk about that ability to go from drama to go to sitcoms, because they all have different shades.
They do have different shades. And I like you're speaking from an actor and producer standpoint. It's like, it's you call it shades, and in the actors, we call it tone. So the tone of a drama is totally different than the tone of a comedy. Mm-hmm. In comedy, you're speaking faster, you're moving faster. The dialogue is meant to 1-2 punch and then on to the next joke. Mm-hmm. When it comes to dramas, it's like you have to set up the storyline. You have to deliver it differently. You have to deliver it slower a lot of times. So I think going back and forth between, the Parkers a long time ago when we did the Parkers, fast forwarding to Silicon Valley, fast forwarding to Wild and Out, which is stand-up comedy, all the way to, the movie I did with T.D. Jakes, Women Now Are Loose, all different tones, but still it's always the root of understanding the character and really bringing it to life based on their backstory, their age, and their circumstances. And once you kind of delve into that, then you can just kind of play with wherever the character is going and where you feel like they should be at that moment in the scene.
And then you had that, and I remember it's so funny, as I hear you talk, you was in that movie with Mike Epps, so with the Janky Promoters or something like that.
Janky Promoters.
I sure was. You were so funny. funny. That movie is one of my movies when I'm going through at night and I stop.
Right.
I gotta watch it. So
Janky Promoters is janky and so funny. If y'all have not seen Janky Promoters, Mike Epps, Ice Cube are hilarious in this film.
Ice
please.
Cube. Yes. I said I know Mike Epps in it. Ice Cube was in it, and a lot of people know Ice Cube is funny. He is so funny.
Ice Cube is hilarious, right?
Mm-hmm.
People never think, they think hard Ice Cube, straight in the con. You think he's mean and just like this hard guy. When you see him do comedy, and even when you saw him in Friday, like he was hilarious in Friday, but Janky Promoters, he's like this afro wearing, slick talking promoter who's got to do what he does to rob Peter to pay Paul to get money for this concert. And it does not go well. And I let him know that I need my money. Don't play with me. Yes. Don't disrespect me. Give my money.
Yes, but that's why. So you, in a sense, I'm just letting the audience know before we get to the sitcom. You go, where does she come from? Is she any comedy chops? How did they cast her?
Yes.
Because I don't want anybody to think you were cast because you were attractive. Because people do that.
Thank you.
They do that. She's a cute girl. Right? They won't allow you your talents to shine. Talk about getting that stereotype that happens all the time, and because I've been fortunate to be a part of your career early on, watch it grow, tell the world about you, and then watching your smile, I went, Janky Promoters.
Right. I think I'm very distinctive looking in a way because people, I don't care even now with the whole mask thing. If they see this, they see my eyes, they know my eyes. And then if I have no mask, it's like, oh my God, I know your lips and I know this face. And it's like, I guess I'm recognizable, which I love. So it's like I'm distinctive. And all the parts that I've gotten have been various roles, of course, but in the same sense, it's all still, it's a part of who I am, every character that I've taken on. And especially this one currently, it's like, it's one of the most, the most exciting projects that I've been a part of just because of the dynamic that I've had so long with Jamie Foxx, Jonathan Kite, and of course now with David Alan Grier. Watching this family comedy is just going to bring such a warm, feeling to you. And then we need it right now during a pandemic. Who all doesn't need a comedy to laugh at, right?
Absolutely. And the reason I like it because Netflix is going into that African-American family comedy, sitcom drama.
That's right. And they're going that way. And I just knew when I started getting a bunch of calls, they're like, oh my God, I watched you on the Parkers. And I'm like, okay, it always is on TV, but Netflix got the Parkers. They got Girlfriends. They got all these shows one-on-one that we used to watch on UPN that are now on the streaming service. And it's just a beautiful blessing to see how big these comedies, they took off. And Netflix was like, oh my gosh, Black comedies are exactly what people want to see. And we'd already shot our show, and to now follow along and follow that pattern, they're really just truly, they've been mindful of just how much people want to see all types of families. Because you could watch Bollywood on there. You can watch, Korean movies. You could watch anything on there. And their platform is so diverse and it's so inclusive. And that's why I love that we're there. We're a Black family, but anybody can watch this show and relate to the homeboy that walks in trying to go in your kitchen, getting some of your stuff.
Right.
Or the dad who lives in the back house who might have been going through hard times, or the sister who's just living with her brother trying to, be the best sister she could be while also being in the corporate world. We're all relatable just in different ways, and anyone can watch it and feel a piece of them or someone they know in this show.
And I'm gonna just commend Netflix. I'm a fan of the network, streaming network, because one thing, it airs in 190 countries. And the reason I say that, I've written on Sister, I've written on Jamie Foxx Show, I've written on The Parenthood, and we've always been categorized as a Black sitcom. And guess what? We were regulated either to low wattage stations or non-major network station. And so now, and even in Black movies, we would premiere, we would never go international. On Netflix, you're growing an international fan base, Porscha. Come on now.
Just like that. But think about when we did the Parkers, it was UPN. There was one network for all of our shows.
Right.
One.
Right.
It was Girlfriends, One-on-One, the Parkers, and Moesha. You had to just tune in to that network. Now you can watch, Shonda Rhimes TV shows, and you see a Kerry Washington, you see a Viola Davis on ABC. It's no longer one of us. I said I used to be me, the token Black girl on one show is the only one. I'm like,
now you're not the token Black girl on this one. Dad, stop embarrassing me. Okay, now here's my history. I was a co-executive producer of the Jamie Foxx Show that was on the WB.
Yes.
Bentley Edwards hired me. Okay,
Nice.
and that's before I went over to the Parkers. That's where I met you. So that's a blessing in it. I have a twofold relationship with you, with Jamie
It's so
Foxx,
perfect.
with Bentley Evans, and
Yeah.
then Ken Whittingham. I know him from working on just various sitcoms when he was cutting his teeth as a director, and so
Nice.
that's the beauty of it. I'm sure so many names over there. Stacey Evans, I'm sure she's over there as well.
Yes.
That's my girl on the Parkers. That's
So
where I
many
learned her
people on the Parkers. I love Stacey Evans, Bentley, Ken Whittingham. It was really a family dynamic because I work with Bentley on other projects. Of course, Stacey, with the Parkers, who's not a part of this, but she's so supportive and so amazing. And David Allen Greer works with Jamie Foxx. I've known Jamie for 10 years. I've known Jonathan Kite for many years. It's all just a circle. And when you watch us on camera, I definitely feel like you feel that, because it's like, who doesn't go to Jamie Foxx's house and hang out and go to parties that he has? And
yes.
I kind of tell people his parties are iconic. So if you haven't seen each other in a while, you can always see each other at a Jamie Foxx party.
Jamie Foxx threw so many parties. He had a swinging gate. It just fell off. That's how many parties he threw. He
just leave the gate open.
The gate just fell off. The gate just fell on the ground. That's how many parties he was throwing. But this is a big party on Netflix. It's called Dad Stop Embarrassing Me.
Yeah.
I know Jamie. He goes off script sometimes. He wants to improv. I know him well. So how do you react to this amazingly gifted young man who goes off script but continues to move the comedy forward, and you have to make little small adjustments to not bust out laughing,
yes,
and holding the script content moving forward? Talk about the experience of working with this brilliant young man.
It is truly the definition of a master at work. He's a genius. I find him to be one of the most successful people and talented people I've ever met. I mean, He sings, he writes, he produces, he directs, he plays music. He's a comedian. He's a dramatic actor. There's nothing he can't do. So when you're on set with him and he deviates from the script, you got to roll with the punches, because that might be a better version of what was written there.
Right.
And so many times in the script and in the show that you're going to see, there's a lot of moments that they left in there that were completely organic, that Jamie did, that I did, that David Allen Greer did, that Jonathan did, that Kyla Drew did, that got kept in because it was just organically in the moment. And someone's reaction was just perfect on the spot for a new thing that they actually hit you with, because your reaction was different. Because, in acting, where you do takes 3, 4, sometimes 5 times. On certain shows, you might hit that one line that's different than what you thought it was going to be, and your whole reaction changes, and that's the money. Right. So dealing with Jamie is just dealing with the master and knowing how to, just be right next to him and just go right into the mix of it. And I find him just to be so incredible at that how do you not get lessons for someone who is so good at it? Like, I don't find anyone more funny than him, but also more diverse than him in the world of winning a Grammy. Or winning, like an Oscar, and then recording amazing albums. Like, his voice is like to die for. So being next to him as his sister is unbelievable.
Just listen to your enthusiasm. First of all, it shows on the screen, and it shows in your career.
Yes,
that's where you have a successful career. Now, the portrayal of the women in the show is really excellent. I love Heather's character. She plays Stacy. She runs the company.
Yes.
And she's kind of like if I'm reading this right, she's the voice of reason within the show. Correct?
Yes, without question. Yes.
Talk about her character. Talk about her character.
Oh, yeah. Stacey is actually incredible because she is, she's at this point, she's running the company. She's trying to let Brian know certain things that he might have to do to make sure this company becomes successful. It's already successful, but if he wants to stay in that category of success and building and growing into a different dimension as a company, listen to her and understand what I'm telling you need to do. But of course, Brian is hard-headed. So Brian doesn't feel like anything needs adjustments because he's already done well. And I come in because I'm like, listen, I come from the corporate world. You might want to listen to me here or there, and we can both give you advice because you don't know it all. And I like when he does actually ask us for certain advice and when he listens to us sometimes. And then when he doesn't listen to us, it's kind of like, oh, well, we told you so. We can just say that you should have listened to the women.
Well, it was really interesting about watching his career and watching the original hit sitcom that he had on WB called The Jamie Foxx Show. It seems like a grown version of that show because he was a single guy, worked at a hotel, and now he's a business owner. And he has parent responsibilities, and so he has a sister who helps keep him straight, And the thing that I love about the show, it's a Black show, and I say that in a complimentary way because it talks about Black values. values and how important these Black values resonate. And also, it's really cool some of the storylines that, and I would tell you this, Porscha, if I wasn't laughing, I was smiling the whole time I was watching this series.
Oh, nice. Did you get that like feeling of like watching a family and saying, wow, this makes me feel good? And even the moments where you're like, no, he didn't. No, she didn't. You're like, oh, that was dope. Like you feel like every episode you might have learned something about, one of the characters that you didn't know before, but you also feel like someone that you can relate to that exactly is a reflection of the person that you're seeing on screen, right?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, because after the third episode, because, I come in because I know Jamie and I came in with an open mind because, I don't read any of the information. I know David Allen Greer's a fool. Okay. So I know some foolishness going to come out of his mouth, but good foolishness because it's going to be funny. I know Jamie Foxx is going to break the third, fourth, fifth wall. And in this show, he talks to you. That's a really cool thing. He talks to you. So be prepared. I don't think I'm giving away anything, but he talks to the audience, which is a really cool thing. And even David Allen Greer character busts him on talking to the audience.
It's relatable. I like to say that it kind of reminds me of even like the Bernie Mac show. Bernie Mac was the father on the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he had those moments where he's engaging with the crowd because it's like sometimes you got to say, self, let me talk to you for a second. So whether somebody else is listening or on the other end of it, he's talking to himself and talking and thinking out loud.
Right.
Even though the audience is understanding the reflection that they're seeing, it's still him talking through, okay, what scenario? This could go bad. This could go right. What do I do? And then just going with it. And then, of course, we all have moments where we make the wrong decisions, but we're all there to pick each other up, even in between those moments.
Now, here's an interesting thing about it. The dynamics of the characters, the daughter. Let's talk about the daughter. The daughter is not a real life version of his real daughter, but it's a
loosely based. Yeah, loosely based.
It's a loosely based series because he was an actual entertainer in real life. He wasn't a business owner in real life. So when you sit down taking roles, we all want to work, but we also want an opportunity to shine. The opportunity to show your singing in this series. Did that excite you?
Oh my God. It excited me because I felt like that was absolutely Jamie's doing. Mm-hmm. And I was just telling someone the other day, and you can see this on Instagram, and so many people have videos of it, a couple months ago, or actually not even a couple months ago. At this point, it was like a year and a half ago, even before we did the show, before I even knew I was going to be a part of the show. Jamie had one of those big house parties, had the band in the middle of his living room. And all of a sudden, Jamie was like, play this song. So they started playing No Diggity. The band is like, don't. They start playing this song. So next thing you know, all of his friends, all his background singers are jamming this song. Jamie says, I got $1,000 for whoever knows the rap verse, the Queen Pen's part on No Diggity. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm in my head like, yo, what do I know? Come on, damn it. I got this. So I tap Jamie. I'm like, I got it. And he's like, Porscha Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, Porscha Coleman says that Jamie Foxx, she says that she knows the Queen Pen verse. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, the band kind of took it down a little. So I start ad-libbing at first. Mm-hmm. I'm singing. So he's thinking like, oh, she probably going to start singing.
Right.
I hit it with a rap verse and I'm singing in between. The whole party loses it. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess it's it. He's all out. Everybody's saying, hey, come on. Like we're doing all this kind of stuff in the middle of his house. 2 months later, I get the call about the show. Of course, I auditioned, but it was just one audition, and then I ended up getting the role. Right. And then I'm seeing in one of the episodes that I'm singing, Jamie was like, oh, no, we had to let you sing. Like, oh, no. We made sure we had to do that because, like, you're too talented. We got to put that in. So praying that, of course, if all goes well and we do end up getting blessed with more seasons, that we're going to really tap into a lot more of that stuff because who doesn't love Jamie Foxx breaking into song? He's a master vocalist. So just to know that your sibling does the same thing. That's what me and my own brother do. Mm-hmm. We go into song all the time and he's Jamie's age and he also sings and was a former athlete. So I feel like I was perfect for this because of the similarities between them and him.
Well, the beauty of watching the talented person. First, all my compliments are coming from a real source. Okay.
Yes. everybody. So we know it's coming from a place of understanding of who we are individually and then seeing it. So I appreciate that.
And then just seeing, when you were going through that, on that boat in that video, hey, okay. Cool. It was the funny part. I remember way back when I was co-executive producing Jamie Foxx. He hasn't changed. He used to host a amateur night or like a karaoke night way back in the day. and Whitney
Was it
Houston.
off of Ventura?
Yes,
Or at his house?
It was on Sunset. I can't remember the name. It was on Sunset, and Whitney Houston came in there and did a karaoke song and brought it down. So he has not changed. He's still brilliant.
He's not.
You being a part of this, it wraps it all together. David Alan Grier. I gotta let you tell us about working with that fool, David Alan Grier.
Oh my gosh. Well, to me, automatically, when I heard David Alan Grier was a part of it, I said, wait, Jamie Foxx and David Alan Grier reuniting on camera? Oh my God, is what I said. Because I'm like, who didn't watch In Living Color and grow up watching their characters thinking, these men are just incredibly talented. And then when you were around Jamie the first day, like on set, Jamie was like, you guys don't understand. I wasn't the funniest person on the show. David Alan Grier was the funniest person of the show. And I was trying to be like him. And David Alan Grier sitting there talking, and they're just really going back and forth about their stories. Mm-hmm. And when the camera rolls, David Alan Grier is a fool. Like we always talk about his wardrobe. Every day he comes in his overalls to set. He's like a farmer. He dresses like the farmer guy.
Yes.
He'll come on set, and when it's time to play, David Alan Grier turns it all the way on. And when you're off camera, he's talking. I mean, he's just brilliant as an artist and an individual. I mean, he's on Broadway. He's done movies. He's done television from the Carmichaels. Like, he's brilliant when it comes to this art form in general. But putting them together now as father and son is something that is just mind blowing for people to really watch them after all this time together. And he is comedically just funny, just walking in somewhere. He walks in, the way his stature is and his beard that he has, I'm sure that you see.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. That's right. We're talking about Netflix new Jamie Foxx series, Dad Stop Embarrassing Me. Season 1 is 8 episodes. All I gotta say is this. I'm a hard critic, former stand-up, so I look everything. I'm a writer. I got friends on here. I got to look at it from perspective. They not my friends. You guys are delivering it. If make sure you have binge watching time, because on Netflix you can sit there just like I did last night. I went from episode to episode.
Everything. Did you watch the whole thing?
Absolutely. You know, they tell you not to do any spoilers. They say spoilers to avoid. So I'm not even gonna mention anything in the episode. Netflix ain't cutting off my Netflix card.
Right. You're not gonna give away the spoilers, but you watch it top to bottom, right? It took you on a journey, right?
It's a journey, and that's why I always say it's a real Black experience. It's a Black experience because Bentley has the ability to write real storylines in a comedic fashion, and because Jamie Foxx doesn't run from that either. So it's a story. It's a lot of things that are in this that are really that it plays out in our media airways today. It is told and plays out on this show, and you are fantastic.
That's a blessing.
You are fantastic.
Oh,
and I just want to say
if we go back to having a live audience, which of course we couldn't because of COVID, you got to come and hang out and just rock with us. Because I mean, look at how crazy it is for all of us to be on the show, and you have every interaction with all of us individually. That would be a blessing. So, praying that we get an audience season 2, and if we get a season 2,
you gonna get a season 2. I'm telling you, your boy was smiling, laughing, smiling. I told my staff this morning when I came in, they said, "Richard, you look tired." I said, "I've been watching the show."
I was watching the show.
It's all day, the heck with March Madness. The heck with March Madness.
You walking into work like, I'm sorry, guys. I was watching this.
So they asked me, "Well, how was Dad Stop Embarrassing Me on Netflix?" I said, "Well, I smiled the whole time. I couldn't take a smile off. I laughed because that is really a testament to me that you just smiling and your face is in a positive, and that's what we need today. And Netflix is delivering an incredibly funny series starring Jamie Foxx, starring Porscha Coleman. You're brilliant. Your career is a testament to your success. And next time you get a commercial, Rashawn, this is how I got that next commercial. Maybe you can try it with your own
what I'm saying? I got you. I'm gonna work with you on some commercials. I need a commercial mojo that you need.
I need the mojo. Porscha, thank you. April 14th. Everybody can see you.
So
190 countries.
Shout out to you.
180 them pretty eyes, all that, they gonna know who you are. Come on, girl. Hey, Bye, Porscha. You're fantastic.
Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Bye, Sean.
Thank you for listening to Moneymaker or watching Moneymaker Conversation. If you want to see or hear any episodes, please go to my YouTube channel. Again, I'm Rashawn McDonald. I am your host.